Well, let's stay in Cox's Bazar and bring in San Lwin, who's the co-chair of the Arakan Rohingya National Council. Welcome to you, sir. What do you think are the main problems, if you could pick out like a top 2 or 3 things that really need to be addressed by this conference?
Well, in the conference, the chief advisor addressed the issue. He pointed out the 7 points, securing the right of the return, humanitarian support, to stop the violence. The most important for us is to stop the violence, because the Rohingya territory is not controlled by the rebel group Arakan Army. Since the last year, Arakan Army became the additional perpetrator for us, and they have been committing the mass atrocity against the Rohingya. They have committed the massacre, like in the Tangshaokan, very small village, locally known as the Honya City. In this village, they killed 600 Rohingya, at least, babies, children, elderly, pregnant women, and the disabled people, and the men, women. 600 people in one single day on May 2nd, 2024. And also, additionally, in other villages like Temenchong, they killed hundreds of people. On August 5th last year at the North River bank, they dropped the drone bomb when the people tried to flee to Bangladesh. There also they killed more than 300. So last year alone, they killed more than 2,500. So basically, the genocide is ongoing, and the Arakan Army, the rebel group, this control the territory, is finishing the unfinished business of the Myanmar military. This is the situation right now. So the most important is to stop the violence. Then we can go ahead for whatever we need. But as of now, the situation is not favoring at all. We can talk, we can discuss at this conference. This conference is the first conference in 8 years. We welcome. I am participating. My colleague, my brother and sister, all of them are participating. We are very much happy. We will have a resolution, because from here they will take all this resolution to the UN high-level conference on Rohingya and other ethnic minority in Myanmar. That will be held on September 30 at the UN headquarters in New York. So from there, we will have a resolution. But the question is how we are going to implement the resolution, because in Myanmar, both Myanmar military and the Arakan Army, when it comes to the Rohingya, they have the same intention to wipe out the entire Rohingya population from Arakan or the Rakhine state.
You mentioned the massacres that have taken place. And you've outlined very clearly what the problem is, but do you have an idea of the solution that's going to be proposed? Because usually when you're dealing with extreme military groups like that, it's going to take even greater military strength to overcome them, or some kind of threats of sanctions, some repercussions. So what's the plan?
Well, since last year, as I mentioned earlier, they killed thousands of people, but still all the government, especially in the Western country, they didn't take any action against this Arakan Army. That is the reason they keep continuing the crime against the Rohingyas. So they need to be targeted. There should be the sanction. There should be the serious action against them. In Western country, there are a lot of codes. They can file the universal jurisdiction case, and also the international criminal court. They have the existing Rohingya case. They can add about the crime committed by the Arakan Army there, and they can process to deliver the justice for the Rohingya. This way, they can pressure this Arakan Army, but nothing is happening now.
Appreciate you coming on to speak to us. Thank you so much. My guest is San Lwin, co-chair of the Arakan Rohingya National Council. Thank you.
Thank you so much.